Welcome to the Multiple System Atrophy Coalition Holiday Hope for an MSA Cure webinar, Why and How to Raise Money for the Multiple System Atrophy Coalition. My name is Don Kraus, and I'm the Vice Chairman and a volunteer for the Multiple System Atrophy Coalition. And today we'd really like to talk to you about the importance of fundraising during this holiday period for the MSA Coalition. Before I get started, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what the MSA Coalition does, just in case you're not familiar. We have a four-pillar mission. One of our most important missions is to encourage and fund MSA research. We also provide emotional support to patients and caregivers. We build awareness for the MSA through advocacy efforts. And another key pillar is education, where we're educating MSA patients and caregivers, their family members, but also key healthcare providers that need to diagnose and treat MSA. The MSA Coalition is made up of a dedicated group of volunteers, and we've accomplished a lot over the last few years. We have very low operating costs because we're volunteers, but we're passionate and we do a great job of executing. And you'll see in the coming slides that we've had tremendous growth, especially over the last couple of years. Just as an FYI, we're considering the hiring of a part-time executive director as we move into 2017, and we want to do that for three key reasons. One, we think that there's a tremendous opportunity out there for grants, and we want an executive director to research and apply for meaningful grants for the MSA Coalition. We think that an executive director can help tremendously with fundraising and therefore cover their costs and more. And also, as the MSA Coalition has grown, our operational commitments have grown tremendously, and we need somebody a little bit more on a regular basis to be able to manage these daily, day-to-day operations. Here are some of the key accomplishments in the last few years. In just the past 3 years, we've now funded 27 different research grants around the globe, and we're already starting to see some promising research results from these grants. And I think one of the biggest things is that we're now encouraging young researchers to get involved in the fight against multiple system atrophy. And this is happening on a global basis. We've also been successful in our annual meetings. And over the past couple of years, over 150 in-person attendees have gone to these meetings. And we've made them available via live web stream to over 3,000 people per year. In fact, this past year in New Orleans, we had over 170 attendees. And as we move into the coming years, we want to vastly improve our web streaming capabilities so that it's a great experience from home. We continue to reach many hundreds of people every year on a personal level through our support hotlines. We have dedicated volunteers that were former caregivers that do an incredible job and have a tremendous amount of empathy as they speak to people that are newly diagnosed and currently going through the battle of MSA. And then we have a great deal of outreach now to healthcare professionals with educational efforts and awareness efforts. We're attending key conventions with the Movement Disorder Society, neurological groups, and the American Autonomic Society, which is a key partner in the fight to defeat MSA. We go to their congresses, and we're also creating educational materials and supporting continuing medical education initiatives with these groups. All of these are key initiatives in the fight to defeat multiple system atrophy. You can see over the past few years, we've had strong financial growth. If you look here towards 2011, and even for many years before that, this was when we were known as the Shy Drager MSA support group. And largely our mission was to be that, a support group. We held an annual meeting and we had a toll-free hotline, and we really needed $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a year to operate and to manage these events. In late 2011, we decided that we wanted to change the name to the Multiple System Atrophy Coalition and to expand our mission to the ones that I discussed earlier. We set up a dedicated MSA research fund in 2012, and we raised $50,000. And you can see over the next 3 years, we've continued tremendous financial growth with over $200,000 raised in 2013, over $500,000 raised in 2014. We exceeded the $1 million mark in 2015. And moving into 2016, we're heading into the last 6 weeks. We need a tremendous effort to pass this $1 million mark and hopefully to show significant growth again. The revenue growth simply must continue. I mentioned in our mission that we want to continue to fund research. And as we've had success in our research grant program, more and more money is going to be needed. As promising results are seen, to take those studies to the next level, a lot more dollars are needed. So we have to continue growing. And if we want to continue to improve diagnosis and help patients with better treatments, it's going to be critical that we continue to educate healthcare professionals. And outreach to a very large group of physicians costs a lot of money as well. So more than ever, our efforts at fundraising need to improve. And this is exactly why we need you. People affected by multiple system atrophy are our best and most likely fundraisers. Let's face it, if you've never heard of multiple system atrophy, you're certainly not fundraising for us. We know that there are about 13,000 people affected by MSA in the United States at any given time. And these are the people that we need to fundraise. So it's imperative that if you're listening to this message, that you join the team and help us to fundraise. Your story is incredibly powerful. Telling your story about multiple system atrophy can move people. It can educate them about a disease they probably haven't heard of. It can educate them about a disease that is affecting somebody that they know, and it's a powerful message. And trust me, your network wants to help. And I'll talk about this a little bit more as we move forward. Without you, we can't accomplish our goals of defeating multiple system atrophy. So again, if you're listening to this webinar, I hope that you'll take action and join our fundraising team. I think you're going to find it to be an incredibly rewarding experience and one that you can be very proud of and a great legacy. This is a typical response that we get that people that start fundraising for us tell us, especially people that are a little bit afraid of fundraising. They'll create their page and they'll send out a link to their page. And this is a very typical response from their network. Thank you for telling me about your fundraiser. I knew you were sick. I knew you weren't feeling well. I really wanted to help. I just didn't know how. So thank you for sending me this fundraiser. I'd be happy to donate. And that's a very typical response. And it makes people that send out their fundraisers feel really good when they get a response like this back. So this is how to fundraise for the MSA Coalition. Right now, we have a fundraiser going on called the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. It's a 6-week program. The big kickoff day is tomorrow, which is Giving Tuesday, November 29th. And it's super easy and fast for you to set up and get involved. Here's what you need to do. Go to multiplesystematrophy.org. That's our main website. This is what the homepage looks like. Right now, there's actually right here, there's a pop-up box that talks about our CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. All you need to do is click on that link and it'll take you right to the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge page. If you want to explore around our website, on just about every page of the website, you will find these boxes over here to the right. And the second one down says Start a Fundraiser. Right now, that links to our CrowdRise Holiday Challenge page. So you can go right there. So if you click on those links, this is what will happen. You'll come to a page that looks like this. I've scrolled down. I've scrolled down a little bit on the page. I can't do it obviously on this webinar. That takes me to a new slide. But right up here, you'll see some other stuff about the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. This is the name of our campaign this year, Holiday Hope for an MSA Cure. And what you need to be able to do is go down to fundraise for this campaign. And this is where you're going to set up your fundraiser. So if you're planning on donating as well, don't click this button as of yet. Set up your fundraiser, and then you're going to see a page that's very similar to this with a donate button on it. And this is what your donors will be clicking on in your own page. So when you come to your page, it's going to look very much like this. You're going to be able to upload a picture or more than one picture right here. You can upload a video if you have one, or if you want to even create a simple video, you can post that there. You'll see you get your sharing, social media sharing buttons right here. And you'll also get a URL up in your address bar, which will be up in here, that you can copy and paste into emails onto your Facebook page directly, other social media pages. So it's super easy to share. So now what I'm going to do is just give you some tips on setting up your fundraising page. The most important thing is to tell your story powerful. Be yourself. No matter what you do, you want to be yourself. If you're an emotional person, be emotional while you're telling your story. Talk to people about how multiple system atrophy is affecting you, a family member, or other family members. do a good job of explaining how MSA affects you so that people understand what MSA is, and how devastating of a disease it can be. You want to share pictures, create a quick video. As I mentioned, you can do this on your iPhone or smartphone. Just take a picture, a quick video of yourself explaining what multiple system atrophy is and how it's impacting you, whether as a caregiver or as a patient. And then tell them why the MSA Coalition is a great charity to support. I'll remind you that we are a 501c3 organization, so their donations are tax deductible. We have very low operating costs, as we've been run entirely by volunteers. And even if we bring on an executive director, we're going to make sure that our operating costs stay low. At a minimum of 75% of all donations go directly into our MSA Research Grant Fund to fund research, the most important research, the most promising research around the world. And we're doing great educational and awareness initiatives as well. The MSA Coalition is a charity you can feel very proud and secure to support. Just like in real estate or in retail business where location is everything, in fundraising, in an online fundraiser, share is everything. Share your personal CrowdRise URL. I mentioned you'll be able to copy it right out of the page as you create it, and you can put it into an email, and you can also share it via social media. So be sure to share it with your entire network, as many people as you can think of. It's a great idea to create a list. First, family members and friends. Think about classmates and colleagues or former colleagues that you might know that would be more than willing to support you. Clubs and social groups, churches are a great source of people that are going to want to help and be a part of something. So maybe there's some other things here as well. The network of these people, they may want to help as well. Some of these people may want to help you fundraise. So be sure to ask your network to share it with their network. The more people that we can reach and get to donate even $10, $50, $100, whatever amount they're comfortable with, the bigger impact you can have. You know, if you're just donating by yourself, let's say you're going to donate $50 or $100, that's great and it's really appreciated. But imagine how much you can raise if you ask other people to support you. It's going to, that $50 that you might have donated will turn into $500 or $1,000 or maybe even beat our average of over $2,000 as a fundraiser on CrowdRise last year. And here are a few fundraising tips. Once everything is set up, be passionate and unafraid. I know fundraising can seem like a scary and daunting task, but CrowdRise has made it super easy. And all you have to do is send out an email and post it on social media. And people are going to take action and they're going to want to help you. It's really important that you're the first person to donate to your own fundraiser. So the very first thing you should do after you set up your fundraiser is go to that orange donate button on your own fundraising page and donate, even if it's just $10. What you don't want to do is send out a link to your network asking them to donate, and they come to that page and they see a $0 has been donated. You mean the person who set up this fundraiser and is asking me to donate didn't even donate? So if at all possible, donate whatever you can, comfortably donate to your own fundraiser. It makes a powerful statement and message to other people that you're going to be asking. Set a realistic fundraising goal. Last year, our average fundraiser, the 70 or so people raised money for us, and they averaged $2,300 per fundraiser. Now that may seem like a lot. You may want to start out with $500 or $1,000 as your goal, and if you exceed it quickly, you can change it. You can increase that amount. So set a goal that you're comfortable with, but set a goal that you can stretch yourself a little bit as well. This is a really important tip. Be persistent with your ask. Don't just assume that sending out one time is enough And people are actually going to appreciate reminders. Remember, the holidays are a really busy time of the year. People are getting all kinds of e-newsletters with holiday deals and news emails from people catching up. So it's really important that you're persistent with your message. If you should send out an email. This CrowdRise Holiday Challenge is a 6-week long program. So please send out an email at least once a week, and do social media posts at least once a week, if not more, on social media, asking people and reminding people to donate to your cause. Another great tip is to not fundraise alone, especially if you're a little bit timid about doing so. Ask a close family member or a close friend to help you out. Do it together and share it with your combined network. Talk to each other about being persistent and sending out follow-up emails. Doing it alone doing it with a friend or with somebody else is always better than doing it alone. So when to fundraise? So the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge has already started. You can actually make donations today, but we've been asking people to hold off, to actually wait until tomorrow, which is November 29th, which is Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday actually has a special prize for tomorrow only, and we want to try and win that prize. The challenge goes through January 6th of 2017, but again, the important day is Giving Tuesday. Get as many donations as you possibly can tomorrow, and then be persistent and follow up with everybody during the remaining 6 weeks to make sure that you're maximizing your fundraising efforts. And no matter what time of year, we always have CrowdRise up and running, and you can set up your own fundraisers outside of the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge once it's over in January. So if you have a birthday coming up, an important anniversary, anything you'd like to celebrate, if you want to do an event like a bike ride or a walk, you can do that as well. We have a lot of people doing birthday fundraisers where they ask people in lieu of gifts to send donations in honor or memory of a birthday. So that's a great way to do it as well. So last year, just as a recap, we raised $174,000 on CrowdRise in that six-week period. That was good enough to completely earn out matching gifts of $150,000 that 2 big donors had pledged to us last year. So that equals $324,000 that we raised during the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. And that was good enough for third place, for the overall third place prize in the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. So we received another $25,000 check and a few other $1,000 in prizes that we won during the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. So in total, we raised nearly $350,000 last year in a 6-week period. We want to blow that away this year. The great thing was that we beat out over 1,000 charities last year. Only 2 charities finished in front of us, and they're powerful fundraising organizations. So it's going to be tough to beat them this year. And as I mentioned earlier, our 73 fundraisers raised nearly $2,400 last year on average. So what do we want to do this year? We've set some pretty lofty goals. Primarily, we want to win the CrowdRise Holiday Challenge. We think that we need to recruit at least 500 active fundraisers to reach this goal. And we want to raise a bare bone minimum of $500,000, not including our pledges. We have over $100,000 pledged to us again this year in matching gifts. So this is at a grassroots level. We want our fundraisers to raise $500,000, if not significantly more than that. That would be great. We want to win the Giving Tuesday prize. Last year we finished third in that contest. We want to win it this year, which is another $25,000. And then we want to win the big grand prize for the entire CrowdRise Holiday Challenge, which goes to the charity that raises the most money for their organization during that six-week period. We think that $500,000 should get us pretty close, although a few charities might be stepping up their game this year as well. So it's important, if you're listening to this message, that you become a fundraiser for us and help us reach our goal. The grand prize is $100,000. Second place is $50,000, and third place is $25,000 once again. So we're hoping to do better than we did last year. The reason we want to do this is that we want to defeat MSA. And I can promise you, as a board member and knowing our other board members and volunteers so closely, that we are good stewards of this money, and we are going to put it to great use in the battle to defeat multiple system atrophy. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention. I hope that as soon as this webinar clicks off, that you go right to our page and sign up for a CrowdRise Holiday Challenge fundraiser, and that tomorrow morning on Giving Tuesday, you get involved by sharing it with as many people in your network as possible. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out to either myself. My email is here, dkraus@msacoalition.org. Pam Bauer is doing a tremendous job recruiting people this year. She can be reached at pbauer@msacoalition.org. And you can reach either one of us at 866-737-5999. We're here to help. We want this to be the most amazing and successful CrowdRise Holiday Challenge for the MSA Coalition ever, so that next year we can fund even more research, do more education, and continue our mission. Thank you so much for your help. We hope you have a great fundraising experience, and happy holidays with your family. Family time is so important, so please enjoy it.